I think my roommate has been doing something to my toothbrush and I'm losing my mind. Okay, I need someone to tell me I'm not crazy because I don't know what to do with this information. So, I've lived with my roommate for about 8 months. Things have been fine, I thought. Like, we're not best friends, but we coexist. The only weird moment was early on when we made dinner. I said I was mid, and it was mid. I don't know what he wanted me to say. And he got kind of quiet, but I didn't think much of it. Anyway, last week I came home from work early. He didn't hear me, I guess. I went to use the bathroom and the door was cracked and I saw him holding my toothbrush and it wasn't near his mouth, it was near his other end. I didn't see everything, but I saw enough. His pants were down. I literally backed away and left the apartment and walked around the block for 20 minutes, trying to process what I just saw. When I came back, he was acting completely normal. Asked me how my day was. I almost threw up. I bought a new toothbrush the next day and I keep it in my room now, but I can't stop thinking about how long has this been going on. The way he was doing it seemed practiced, like routine. I've lived here for 8 months. I don't know whether to confront him or just move out or what. Every time he looks at me, I think about it. He has no idea that I saw. We still eat breakfast together and he just acts normal, and I'm sitting there knowing what I know. Was it because of the pasta thing? That was like 7 months ago. Is he insane? Am I insane? What do I do? My lease isn't until November. And there was an edit. I know how this sounds. Trust me. If I was going to make this something up for attention, it wouldn't be this. I haven't slept properly in a week. I keep replaying it in my head. I don't know what I saw, but I know what I saw. Believe me or don't, but I needed to tell somebody. Someone said, "Bro, what the actual bleep did I just read?" Move out yesterday and never speak of this again. That's some serious psychological warfare over pasta, and you've been brushing your teeth with that for months. Get out of there fast. If he's doing that with your toothbrush, what else is he doing? Just remember, you're supposed to change your toothbrush every 3 months, maybe your roommates as well. That's disgusting. And I hope she's doing okay. This one says, I might have done something unethical that involves my wife. So, my wife does not speak my love language, which is touch and physical affection. I know she loves me, but she shows it in other ways. Whether I kiss her, she almost acts almost grossed out. She has always said she doesn't like kissing. And when we do the dirty, she acts as if it's a chore. We do have 2 children, and I understand she is tired, but the reactions I get just don't make me feel good. I have talked to her about this before, and it always gets brushed off, even to the point kind of making fun of me for pointing it out. She blames her hormones, which again, I can understand. But one thing women don't understand is that men too have hormones that affect their mood. So, after many, many rejections over the years, I think I've gotten to a breaking point. So, here is an unethical part. I took a picture of both of us and put it on an AI platform. I typed, take these 2 people and make them kiss passionately. That's it. I didn't change how we looked at all, just kissing. Now, the photo is of both of us about 5 years ago, before we had kids, but it came out how I thought it would. It's nice to see us kissing and not have a sigh before. I know a lot of people are going to think this is weird. I am ready for the judgments. Also, he made an edit. He said, here are some frequently asked questions for people asking similar questions. How much do you do around the house? I admit, I can always do more, but I do a lot. I am the sole breadwinner, which isn't everything, but I come home and I take the children and play, bedtime routines, which are baths, PJs, and bedtime stories. I clean and try to take loads off where I can. There have been times where I clean so much that she will get angry and tell me to stop because she feels bad. Another one is, does your breath stink? I chuckled at this one. No, it doesn't stink in general. I floss every day, brush twice a day, and have frequent dentist appointments. You just want the dirty. No, I would like kisses, handholds, and hugs. Kissing just came to mind when describing the situation, but it is not the only thing. I simply want some affection, without it being a chore. If you were me and your partner did this to you, how would you feel? Someone said love languages are fake. These are all frequently asked questions he put out. I don't really care. It's not the point. I miss the love and affection my wife and I used to have. That's the point. Hormones are a factor. I acknowledge this, and I have pointed out below that in our society, only one gender's hormone seems to be considered. Testosterone is a hormone that affects men very deeply. Ask any man out there what it's like. I'm not diminishing anyone here. I'm merely saying we all have to deal with what's going on in our bodies and simply ask for empathy for both genders. Your wife is bad. You should leave. My wife is very caring and a lovable person. She's also very beautiful, which is why I made the edits of her and no one else. I love her and will never leave, and I'm not going to point her down any more than I already have. So these are the comments. This breaks my heart. Personally, I don't think you did anything wrong. When they come to judge you, they can judge me as well. Your wife is probably touched out and overwhelmed. I'm rarely in the mood since having kids, and my husband initiating can feel like someone else wanting something from me. This makes me so sad for you. Have you considered couples therapy? Your wife is tired of the emotional labor and mental labor of being a mom. She touched out and overwhelmed. I think someone else said that as well. Give her a spa day, take care of the kids for a day, and let her be home alone. Take care of her needs that day, I mean food and everything. Or watch the kids all day where she can do a manicure or something. She's in mom mode all day, and by the time you're home, she has no emotional currency to give. Make this a monthly thing or bi-weekly. If possible, you'll see a change immediately. I think it's a good thing, I think it's a good thing to say. I saw my sister in her undergarments. Ugh. So, I have a good bond with my sister. She is 21 and I am 18. This point is just that I want to get it out of my mind. So, my sister is beautiful and cute. I have never seen her in a sexual way, but she is very hot. Ew. Sorry. Is that normal? So, one day after class, like always, she went into the room to change her dress. She closed the door. I was in the opposite room. She was taking a lot of time in the room to just change her dress. Then I got curious what she was doing. So I went near the door. There is a small kind of hole in the door, but one can vaguely see what is happening in the other room through it. Not everyone in the family knows about this hole. So me being curious took a peek through it to see what she was doing. And I was surprised what I saw. She was lying on the bed facing away from the door, but she was in her bra, her undergarments. I could barely see them. She wore black colored undergarments, and in between her legs, she had a pillow. She held it tightly with her legs, and she was moving with it. I knew exactly what she was doing. She was doing the dirty with the pillow, and I stood there in awe. She was riding the pillow hard. Like 3 or 4 times, I saw her doing it while laying on the bed. But then my mother called out to her. She doesn't know that I am watching her. My sister jumps out of bed and I saw her whole body from top to bottom. It was hot. I rushed away from the door and went to my room. After that, she came to my room to take something and we talked casually. But when she left, I was so surprised by what I saw. My sister did something that I never thought she would do and something I never thought I see. I was a little bit turned on, really. I don't know what to do. It wasn't intentional, but I saw it. I don't want to break the bond between us. I don't know what to do. Step says vibes, dot, dot, dot. Ew. Someone said, crazy stuff though. Just be normal with her and have casual conversations with her. With time, this feeling will fade. And someone else said, yeah, my brother spied on me a lot. Ooh, I don't have brothers. I don't know if that's normal. Someone said, congratulations, you discovered she is human. You saw something that you were not meant to see and violated her privacy. If you understand that was bad, maybe don't do it again. As to what to do, tell her you checked on her by curiosity and that you understand that that was a mistake and you shouldn't have done it. Tell her you regret what you have done, keep your mouth shut forever about it, and be a better person by never doing it again. Also, tell her where the hole is and offer to help patch it up. Whew. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Yeah. That was a little shocking. I did a number 2 in the customer's crawl space when I worked at Comcast. I was a cable guy for Comcast back in the early 2000s, and I had just eaten Quiznos subs. Oh no. I went to a trouble call out in the more rural area after lunch, and when I got there, I noticed my gut started to bubble really bad, and the customer was not home, so I couldn't ask them if I could use their bathroom. There was no privacy around me, as there were neighbor houses with no trees. I went into the crawl space, dropped my pants, and let out the biggest explosive bout of crap graffiti soup onto the crawl space plastic. I felt bad. But at the same time, my stomach felt worse. I wiped my butt with a stack of work orders and then tucked them under this some plastic insulation. The customer arrived and walked around the back right as I was emerging from the crawl space. I told them I was just checking the wiring under there as I closed the panel. I finished my job and went home with a semi-dirty butt. I assume that the customer never seen it or smelled it because I never got in trouble or got fired. Talk about crap service. This is why Comcast always smelled like crap. I'm not shocked at all. It's actually really funny because my dad used to work at Comcast back in early 2000s. Um, is this you? What? Two siblings charged with murder, 8 years apart in two different murders. Wow. Two siblings charged with murder. So, as the title states, I have two siblings that have been charged with murder. I really can't believe that my family is going through this again. To start, I'm the oldest of 8 kids. I, myself, have been through some crazy crap. I can't handle a vanilla relationship. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if it has to do with the trauma I experienced in early childhood or things I was exposed to. I need to feel owned, to feel desired. I need to feel like I belong to someone on a deeper level. I crave control and possessiveness to an extent that some would find concerning. I've always been like this, as long as I can remember. I can only finish thinking about myself in increasingly humiliating and controlling scenarios, even when I'm with another partner. I wish I knew why I was like this. I've held so much shame for so long about it. First of all, there's no reason to have shame for that, as long as it's completely consensual. Someone said you're not alone in this. I'm pretty much the same way. Have you ever considered therapy to deep dive? The shame is doing more damage than the actual desires. Might be worth talking to a therapist that won't judge you or put you down for wanting what you want, but can help you figure out where the trauma or what's trauma response versus just how you're wired. Sometimes both, and that's just fine too. I am thinking about leaving my wife of 7 years. I do love her, don't get me wrong. She's an amazing woman, but recently I've come to learn myself more with therapy. Also, I realized we don't have anything more than a friendship. I've had neighbors ask if we were siblings. We haven't been intimate in several years. I'm just not feeling fulfilled. But I feel so selfish. I care for her happiness, which is why I've never, ever really entertained the thought of separation. I started therapy recently, though, and I am learning to put myself first for the first time in my life. I want more than a friend. I want a partner, a romantic partner, a partner to be with. Is that selfish? I'm certain she is asexual. She is a very firm believer in marriage and monogamous lifestyles, so I'm not thinking she has stepped outside the marriage at all. And I haven't either. But I feel myself getting lonely. I have tried to bring it up, talk about it, and it always seems to get swept under the rug. I don't know. If anyone takes time to read this, first, thank you for listening, and second, sorry for the mess. It's not a mess. It's okay. You should invite her to a therapy session. She needs to hear your heart in a neutral setting. The therapist can mediate. Sorry, the therapist can mediate the conversation. It's not selfish to acknowledge your needs. You can love someone deeply and still realize they're no longer the right person for you. Honesty with yourself and with her may be painful, but it's always kinder than staying in a relationship where you feel lonely. Am I imagining it? So I, 20-year-old female, have had a crush on my brother's friend, 23-year-old male, since I met him. I was 14 when I met him. He is just so handsome, kind, and all around a great guy. The only problem is that I know he won't go for me because he respects my brother too much to push the boundary. And saying that, have been a few times where I thought he might be into me. Some examples. One, a small group of us went swimming and I was chilling in a donut ring. And I don't know where he swam under it and squeezed in with me for about 5 minutes. Two, we were having a pillow fight and messing around. We both stopped to have a breather and just made eye contact with me for a bit too long. Three, I was at a party and got super drunk. He came and picked me up and dropped me to my friend's house. And because I couldn't see or stand, he carried me to the shower. Wow. 4. For a while, close to a year, he would come over every second weekend and spend the night after my brother would go to sleep. He would stay up and watch a movie together, and sometimes he would let me play with his hair. These are a few examples of little things, but tell me if I'm imagining it or I'm just thinking too much, or is there something? Someone said, tough. But it sounds like he's a solid dude. You better make a move before he gets away. Definitely sounds like there's a connection, but he is probably cautious to let those boundaries break down. You're not crazy for feeling that way. These moments would make anyone pause and wonder. But it also sounds like someone who really cares about boundaries and protecting everyone involved, including you. Make the move, then tell your brother.